Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you. This video is for anyone who's experiencing anxiety or some other mental health challenge because it's the holidays and that's usually when we see that those issues tend to get a little bit worse for people. So I wanted to kind of go over what's happening under the hood, at least how it's been described to me, and also a simple exercise that you can start doing today that's actually going to help improve your mental health and actually start to change how your brain's working, which is very cool. So whenever I have someone come in who's suffering from anxiety or some other mental health challenge, the most common way it's been described to me is that it's almost like they know someone's walking right behind them and ready to scare them at any minute, but they're just constantly waiting for it, and they can never get rid of that feeling. It's like, and another way that it was described to me is they were driving down a dark road, it's raining out, and it's just lined with trees, and they know that a deer is about to jump out in front of them, but they can't take their foot off their gas. They're just waiting for that deer to jump out, and they're not able to hit the brakes. And whenever I start describing about how chiropractic can help balance the nervous system and allow your body to hit the brakes when necessary, I've actually had a patient drop their shoulders and start to smile, and they said, that's exactly what I need. I need to be able to hit the brakes. So whenever a patient comes in with that, we start going over, we test to see how the nervous system's working, see how out of balance it is, and see what we need to do to balance it out and allow them to hit the brakes. So I also wanted to give you a quick exercise that you can start doing today that can help improve your mental health. And it being the week of Thanksgiving, it kind of works perfectly because it's all about gratitude. Now is the time of year, especially here on Facebook, where you see a lot of people start talking about giving thanks and showing their gratitude. Well, there's a study done 4 or 5 years ago where they took mostly college students, all with mental health challenges, and they were all under psychotherapeutic counseling. And so they took a group of them and left them just in the counseling, and they took another group and they put them in the counseling, but they also had them write 3 letters a week of expressing gratitude to someone in their life. Now, they didn't have to send those letters. In fact, very few people actually sent the letters. Most people just wrote the letters and kept it to themselves. But they did a 1-month follow-up and a 3-month follow-up. And the group that just did the counseling didn't have a ton of change, but the group that did the gratitude letters, they actually had substantial improvements in their anxiety levels, in their self-esteem levels, in their mental strength levels, so their ability to handle stress during their everyday life, and also improvements in their sleep. So that's always a positive as well when we're talking about our health. Now, the cool thing about the study, at least for me, because I tend to like this nerdy stuff, is they were also doing functional MRI follow-ups. So they did functional MRIs on the group that just got the counseling, and they didn't really see any changes in how their brain was functioning. But the group that did the gratitude letters, they saw substantial improvements and increased activity in the areas of the brain that have to do with gratitude and positive self-image, and so that self-esteem. And so just by writing those letters 3 times a week, they were able to actually improve the function of their brain. And if you've watched any of my videos or ever been in the office and heard me talk, you know it's always about improving the function of the nervous system in the brain, because when our brain and nervous system are working the way that they're supposed to, you're going to be healthier regardless of what your health challenges are. So one quick, easy exercise that you can start doing today that I like to do is a gratitude journal. So before I go to bed, whenever I am able to, it's been a little tougher now that toddlers are involved in my life, but whenever I get back to the practice of doing my gratitude journal before bed, I sleep better and just everything seems to be better. And it can be very simple. So when I first started, it was just doing like a bullet point list of I'm grateful for my spouse, I'm grateful for my kids, I'm grateful for my dog, my house, the simple things in life, the good, important things in life. But the more and more you get into it, then you start writing, I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful that you watched this video, and if at any point during this video you thought of somebody who could use this, please feel free to share it with them, because it's going to show them that you're grateful for them in your life. And if you ever have any questions or anything like that about this, subject, always feel free to reach out. Just shoot a direct message here on Facebook, and I'll be happy to get back to us however I can. All right, if I don't hear from you, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.